Welcome to day 10 of the Build with AI series with Steven. The Build with AI series is a 30-day series where I get to build one application every day that can be used in the real world to solve an actual problem. And I build this completely using AI without writing any line of code. Today, we'll be building a product launch partner. This is a tool that helps you plan and execute the launches of your products, whether it's a physical product or a digital product. You're able to give it the name and context of the product, a bit of context about your target audience, and it creates an entire product launch plan for you. We'll be using a tool called Google AI Studio to build this app. But before we get started, the first phase that is really important when it comes to building a tool or an application using AI, based on my building style, is the brainstorming phase. So I'm going to start with the brainstorming phase to build this application. Let me take you now to my screen as I show you how to go about this. So this is the prompt we'll be using for brainstorming. Now, when it comes to brainstorming, I personally have an idea of the app I want to build and the things I want it to be able to do. So those are the features I've already thought about. However, there are other features that are great to brainstorm alongside AI. If you do not know the features you want the app to have, you can just make a simple prompt like, I want to build a product launch partner, and skip all these other features I've added, right? All these features that are here, just skip it and go straight to ask me questions, one question at a time, that will help me build this app, giving me options, context, and recommendations for each question. If you do that, you're able to actually brainstorm the features alongside with AI. The only reason that I have all these things here is because I've already thought about what I want the app to be able to do. So that way I've added it here as features. I personally recommend that you're able to get ideas yourself and use AI to enhance or improve those ideas, as opposed to depending totally on AI, even though that works sometimes. For this particular one, let's use the features that are here. So I'm going to copy this here. I added something new to this prompt just to make sure that it doesn't go into technical details. So I'm going to just copy this entire thing here, and I'll take it to Google Gemini, which is our brainstorming tool, and I'll paste it here. Let's click on send. Okay, so we have question 1. What is the very first interaction a user has when they decide to plan a new launch? And there are options here. Is it going to be a guided wizard? That means the user will click on start a new launch and the app takes them through a multi-step questionnaire asking for just one piece of information at a time? Or will it be a comprehensive form? Or will it be an AI-powered quick start where the user is given a single text box and a prompt like describe your product in a few sentences or paste a link to your website? The recommendation is actually option 3 with a fallback to option 2. I'm actually going to just go with option 3. So I'll just click on 3, which is the one that is AI enabled. So AI would understand what you're saying about your product and take it up from there. Now, the second question is, after the AI generates this initial launch brief, how does the user review and edit the details? Is there like a review dashboard that has cards? And each card provides certain things like the product details, suggested target audience, identified competitors, and things like that. Number 2 is a single inline editable document. So the information is presented like a Google Doc or a Notion page. And the third is a conversational chat interface where AI presents the findings one by one in a chat, asking for confirmation, and the user can correct in plain English. Now we're going to select number 1 for this because while number 3 is amazing, it will take more tokens in terms of the cost of these conversations. So I'm going to use number 1, the review dashboard with cards. Let me just select 1 here. All right, so we're using the review dashboard with cards. Next question is, how does the user interact with this suggested target audience card to either confirm or impute their own? Is it a simple accept or replace? Is it an edit in place and approve? Is it a dedicated audience builder model? I think I'll go with number 2, which allows you to edit in place. Let me click on number 2. All right, so we have the next question here. That's question number 4. That says, how does the user confirm the competitors? That's the competitor launch strategy and trigger the main research. Is it to review a list and then a research button, or individual research action where the card lists the competitors and each competitor has its own research, or automatic research on edits? We'll go with the first option where there's a list of competitors and you can either remove it with an X button or you can even add one. So let me go with 1. Now we have our next question. How is the competitive launch strategy research presented to the user once it's complete? Is it going to be a new competitive report page, an AI-generated insight summary card, or an expanding in-place cards? I think I prefer the second one, which is AI-generated. And interestingly, that's also the recommendation that AI is giving. So I'll go with number 2. Good. Now, number 6, how do we trigger the main plan generation, and where does the user see the results in plan? Is it a generate my launch plan button, automatic generation in new cards, step-by-step generation? I think I'll just want you to click on generate my launch plan and you get the entire launch plan. That's number 1. And interestingly, that's what AI is also recommending here, and that's what I want. So I'll just go with 1. Now, the next question, question 7, is how should this new launch plan be organized to display all these components? Should it be a checklist first view? That means something that looks like a task manager. Should it be a timeline first view? That's something that is like a visual timeline, like a Gantt chart. Or should it be a tabbed interface? I think I want the tabbed interface, although AI is recommending the checklist first. I'll go with the tabbed interface, which is number 3. Next question is, how do the checklist tab and the timeline tab work together? Is it that the timeline should be a view of the checklist? Should that be a manual add to timeline button where you can add things from the checklist to the timeline? So that means things are not on the timeline yet, is when you click on it that you add it. Or should it be 2 separate unlinked tools? And that's not even an option for me. I think we'll go with number 1, which is that the timeline is a view of the checklist. So I'll just click on 1. Now we have another question here. The key tactics, how are they connected to the tags and the checklist tab? Should it be linked within the tags details? Should it be a standalone reference? Or should the checklist items be the tactics? I would say we'll go with number 1, so that the details will be under each of the tags details. So let me just click on 1 here. Good. Now we have question 10. How should the launch date tab function to provide an execution plan? Should it be a time-blocked agenda? That's a time-by-time agenda. Should it be a separate launch day checklist? Or should it be an interactive mission control dashboard? We're going to use number 2 for this because it's much simpler and very clear. So let's use number 2 here. Now we have the results of our brainstorming here. It's completely ready. We're going to then create the build instructions now. So let me just go to this place and copy this. Okay, it says create a detailed build instruction for this app that contains context, features, workflow, user journey, and any other details. So let me click on this. So it gives us what we're going to use to build. All right. By the way, this prompt is available for everyone that's in the AI Builders Lab. So if you're in the AI Builders Lab, you'll get this prompt available to you. All right, so this is it. Our build instruction is ready. So we're going to, as usual, copy the parts of this build instruction that are not technical. We're going to remove the technical parts of it because Google AI Studio will handle the technical parts. Okay, so let's just copy the parts that are not technical. So I'll start from this upwards here. And then I'll paste this here. Let me see if there's another thing to copy. No, these other ones are technical, so we're good here. So this is Google AI Studio. This is where I'm pasting this. We're using Google AI Studio to build this product. So I'll click on build now. Okay, so our app is now ready. The first thing is describe your idea, or you can even just paste a link to your website, notes, or any document at all. Probably if I want to do a second version of this, or I can just add that we should go to upload something. Yeah, that would be nice, right? And let me just make that practical so you can see how to add updates just by writing in natural language. So if I want to be able to attach a document here, for example, I can create that feature just by coming here and saying that I want to be able to upload a document. In the first page to give more context. So if I send this out, for example, it's able to edit the application in such a way that for this particular page, there's an option to add a document, even though we'll not use it, right? But let's just let that run. All right, so you can see this is done now. Now there's an option to literally upload or drag and drop a document here to give more context. Can you see this feature has now been added, and you click on it, it's working well. I'll just go ahead and put the website of the AI Literacy Academy here. I'll just say here is the website of what I want to launch. By the way, if you don't have a website, that's okay. You can just describe what you want to launch here. Okay. Then I click on generate launch brief. Can you see this? So it has generated this launch brief for me. Although I'm looking at some things here, and it's looking as if it did not actually go through my website, because I'm seeing things about organizations here. And on the website of the Academy, there's nothing about organizations. This can be an issue, and you can actually still correct it using natural language. So I can say that I noticed in the review brief that the details there were not gotten from the website URL I provided. Fix this. So the main issue here is most likely from the system prompt, right? The system prompt probably doesn't have a specific instruction for the AI system to go to the website, get details from the website first before bringing out the product details. So it's just relying on the name of the website and then getting information from there instead of going into the website itself to get actual information. So can you see this? I'll fix this right away. It wants to then put a specific field for URL input, which makes sense. And then it's also updating the system prompt, which I just talked about as the AI prompt, telling Gemini to prioritize analyzing the content of the website while providing the details. So let this be modified now. This is the back and forth process that happens when you're building that helps you to build something great. So can you see this right now? So we have a specific field for URL now. So I just go ahead and say, I want to launch my AI Literacy Academy, get details from the website. And then I'll put the website here again. Then I'll click on generate launch brief. Okay, so let me check this out now. Good, so can you see there's nothing about organizations here again. It's now focused on professionals, business leaders, and people. So I think this is almost there, but I'm still seeing some things that are on my website. And that's actually why there's an option to edit each of these places. So I can actually click on it and edit out things that are not supposed to be here, or even change it to something completely different. The key features, the value proposition, the target audience. If I want to add, for example, people in Nigeria, I can add that there, or people in the US or people in Canada, right? Then identify competitors are here. If there's a competitor I know, I can easily add the competitor's name and website here, and then, get to research these competitors. But let me just go ahead and approve this for now, since it's an example. I'll approve the product details too. Then the competitors, I can just go ahead and research these ones. So I'll click on research and it will begin to research here. Good, so these are the insights of the research. Coursera and EDX is here. Likely launch with strategies emphasizing institutional prestige, just quite a number of things coming from researching the competitors themselves. So now that we have all these things done, next thing is supposed to be the launch brief. So I can click on generate my launch plan here. Currently the launch plan is being generated. Okay, so you can see we have our launch plan here. This is the checklist. Finalize the core curriculum. You can put a date here for it. If you click on this, it opens up a calendar. So when do you want to finalize this? You can put a date for that. And when you're done, if you click on it, it kind of just checks it off, as you can see here. There's product prep, there's content, there's marketing, there's partnerships. You can put specific dates on each of them, and things like that. Then there's a timeline here. There's no due date because we've not put dates actually. So if I put a date, for example, let me put 19th for this, and I go to timeline. Can you see that under 19th, it has brought out something in the timeline? So this is actually functional. Then there's tactics. This is the tactics, thought leadership, targeted LinkedIn campaign, early adopter, and influencer seeding. So it has given you different ways or different tactics for launching your product and even for marketing. Then if you click on launch day, these are the things that you need to do on the day of launch. Can you see this? So this tool or this app practically walks you through, partners with you throughout the process of launching a product. And if there are some other features you want to add, just like you saw me do, you can literally come here and say, oh, I want this feature to be added, or I want this other one to be added. Once you do that, you're able to create a tool or an application that supports you to launch an entire product. Now, a good way to take this to the next level would be for us to put a back end so that the details are persistent across sessions, but we're not doing that right now. This is a prototype. This is a front end only and in-browser session only version of this product. So now we have built a product launch partner that literally takes the name of your product or even your website or even a document where you've actually written things about your product. It goes through that context and creates a product brief for you, a competitor brief for you that you can get to approve, and then go ahead and create a full launch plan that is arranged either as a checklist, as a timeline. There are launch tactics that are given to you, and you can even see a very detailed step-by-step set of activities that should happen on the launch day. This is a really amazing tool. And I want to ask, if you have ever launched something before, or if you're about to launch something, is this a tool you want to use to support your launch? Let me know in the comments. And let me know if you'd like us to build this further with a back end to enable persistent sessions. I'll see you in the next episode of this series. Until then, make AI work for you.